I'm joined by NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Delanian and Carol Lamb, a former federal prosecutor who's now an NBC News legal analyst. Thanks so much to both of you for being here. Ken, let me start with you. What are the top lines of this filing? What are you watching?
And Kristen, what's interesting about it is it's not just about the special master. It gives us an insight into what Donald Trump's possible defenses would be. And what it is, essentially, is his lawyers are portraying this as a document dispute that got out of control. What they're saying is this is simply a matter of the president and the archives, the National Archives, negotiating about presidential records, which, of course, contain some sensitive information. And by the way, they call it allegedly classified documents. They're not acknowledging that the documents are classified. They're saying the government has to prove that. They're saying this never should have been a criminal investigation. What this ignores, though, is that some of these records, as described, are not presidential records. They're CIA records, potentially, or National Security Agency records. They're records of other government agencies. They did not belong to Donald Trump. And this also leaves completely aside the national security concerns. Trump's lawyers are arguing those are overblown. Obviously, the DOJ disagrees.
And they're not going so far as to say that former President Trump declassified those documents, correct?
They are not, indeed, because there's no evidence that he did. And to make that representation in court, they'd have to back it up some way. And it doesn't appear that they can do that. But they could raise that question at a trial and require the prosecution to prove that they were properly classified.
Carol, I want to ask you about part of what Ken just laid out, which is the argument that's being made by the Trump legal team that these documents do not belong to the Justice Department. Let me read you a little bit of the filing and get your reaction on the other side. It says, quote, "What is clear regarding all of the seized materials is that they belong with either President Trump as his personal property to be returned pursuant to Rule 41G or with NARA, but not with the Department of Justice." What do you make of this? And doesn't the fact that NARA is a part of the executive branch undermine that argument potentially?
And Kristen, there's so many confusing arguments in that pleading this morning that I'll be honest, I had a little trouble pulling the threads apart. I think one of the most unusual arguments I saw them make was that the Justice Department had to prove to the special master that these were indeed classified documents. That is such a strange argument, because let's go back a little bit and let's remember what the purpose of the special master is. The purpose of the special master is to evaluate whether the Justice Department can look at certain documents that might be privileged, either attorney-client privileged or the Trump team says executive privilege. Now, the Justice Department disagrees with the executive privilege review, but let's put that aside because they're not threatening to appeal that at this point. They're just saying, hey, these documents that say classified on them, these documents that actually say classified on them, they're not personal documents. They are not documents that are communications between the president and his lawyers, and they are not communications between the president and his staff. So there is no reason for a special master to look at those documents, and we need them to continue our criminal investigation. In fact, they say these are the criminal violation that we are investigating. So the Trump team has tried to turn this very strange little procedural thing of a special master on its head, and they have tried to now they're trying to have the trial right now at the beginning or the middle of this investigation. It's a very, very strange situation. I'm sure the Justice Department is scratching its head saying, how did we end up here?
So, Carol, given that, what are you watching for next? And if a special master is, in fact, appointed, how does that process unfold? You're saying the special master wouldn't necessarily determine the classification status of these documents?
The special master definitely should not be determining the classification status of the documents. That is maybe a technical defense that the president might bring up at trial or post-indictment. There hasn't been an indictment here, and we don't know if there will be one. What I'll be looking for next is, now that she's gotten both sides' views about her order, will the judge revisit her order and do what the Justice Department asks? The Justice Department has asked for a very, very narrow set of relief here. All the Justice Department asks is that she lift her injunction saying that you can't investigate, you can't use these documents to investigate. Would she lift that portion that applies to just the documents that say classified on them? All the other stuff, all those other documents, the Justice Department is saying, fine, you want to have a special master look at them, go ahead. It's just that narrow set of maybe 130 documents, which, in my view, she incorrectly said could not be used for this period of time until the special master has an opportunity to look at them.
Ken, let me ask you about some developments surrounding this broader court battle. We know that the Justice Department has charged a woman with threatening Judge Cannon, the judge presiding over all of this. What can you tell us about that? And it's just incredibly disturbing.
It is, Kristen. According to the criminal complaint, this woman made some vile and disgusting threats over voicemail and email directed at the judge, was arrested, has been charged. But it's also true that, according to the complaint, she has a history of mental instability and was interviewed by the Secret Service for making death threats against Donald Trump. So in this case, it seems like a mentally disturbed individual, but it underscores how volatile this whole situation is right now. And people who are on the edge are pushed over the edge by some of the rhetoric that's rocketing around our politics.
Yeah, really smart way to put that. Ken Delaney, and thank you so much. And Carol Lamb, really appreciate your both joining me today.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.